rounding out the Ginger Snaps trilogy set from Second Sight Films, which I will preface this review with saying, buy this, it's terrific. All three films are really good. Ginger Snaps Back at the Beginning is a bit of a gimmicky movie set in the 19th century. It takes our characters of Ginger and Brigette and puts them into this as if it's been a kind of tortured genetic line from there right up to the original Ginger Snaps. Now, it's not egregious, it's still a fun movie. It's an interesting change of locale that offers different areas to be scared, different ideas of horror, different ways to kind of make this werewolf movie a little bit different from the other two, which I genuinely do appreciate. After the end of Ginger Snaps 2, you couldn't really evolve that story anymore without changing the main characters.
Kill the boy, or one sister kills the other.
And this is just a kind of fun way of bringing back the actors that we enjoy and putting them in a completely different situation. And it does bring back more than just the leads of Catherine Isabelle and Emily Perkins. It brings back some other familiar faces from the other Ginger Snaps movies, which again, I really appreciate the fact that they kind of brought these people back and gave them a similar kind of ending that they had in the other movies. But it's fun throwing it back to this 19th century Canadian wilderness fort of people who are waiting on people with rations coming back to help them survive the winter, but realising that they're surrounded by werewolves and are just struggling to survive against these monstrous creatures was really kind of fun.
He was bit, and when they bit, they turn. Just like this one here.
There doesn't seem to be anything else below the surface. Whereas in the first one, you've got sexual awakening, hormones, puberty. The second one's all about addiction. This one does feel a little bit like a cash-in. It does feel like a grab on the original actors. I mean, it did come out the same year as the sequel as well, and although it's fun and interesting and a good watch, there's not as much there that really resonates as it does with the first two films. If anything, I do like a number of the characters, and I do like the idea of the setting of this world where women are secondary. They're lesser people. They're almost beaten and berated simply because of their gender, and you have them kind of fighting back against this misogynistic world that they're inhabiting, and their aim is just to survive.
Don't move.
And to survive without just being harassed daily, which they tend to get. The horror and the gore and the effects, as always in the Ginger Snaps movies, are particularly great. I really enjoy spending time in this world. I enjoy the characters, and I enjoy seeing what the machinations are going through. But this is the one movie in the trilogy that feels almost perfunctory. They've changed the location, they've kept the actors, they've tried a different setting, but they forgot to really back up with thematics that hammer home. There's nothing here that makes this like an absolute standout. But it's a good film. It's entertaining. It's one of those entertaining films that's just there for that purpose. So it does kind of work. A little bit clunky, not as interesting or as grabbing as the first two, but a fun kind of movie nonetheless. Let's dive into the extras and have a look at the discs for Ginger Snaps Back the Beginning. Here we are in the disc for Ginger Snaps Back the Beginning. Let's go to the extras. First up, we have a commentary with director Grant Harvey, co-writer Steve Massacote, and editor Ken Feilwich. Then we have Snap, an interview with director Grant Harvey, which runs at 22 minutes 50. He talks about being at film school with the original director of the first movie, how he was the AD on Ginger Snaps 1, and how they kind of sat together, him and the other director, for part 2, and just kind of spitballed ideas about what these films were going to be about. Girls on Film is an interview with producer Paula Devonshire. This is 19 minutes 59 seconds. She talks about getting onto the production team for the sequels, how she loved the first one and was dating the director of part 2 at the time. Production design is 5 minutes 15 and just kind of goes around the location of Ginger Snaps back at the beginning, talking about things that are going to change and looking at some of the future changes they made to that wonderful set. We've got costume design, where we look at the costuming of our main characters. Blood, Guts and Fire is 8 minutes 33 and kind of looks at almost behind the scenes of some of the more violent scenes in the film. Wolf Boy is 1 minute 53 and it's a makeup test on that character. Fun on the Set is more goofing around at 3 minutes 41. The deleted scenes total 13 minutes 2 seconds, and again we have them with commentary. And then we have Grant Harvey's video diary, which is again a behind the scenes, fly in the wall, just watching as things unfold, which is 9 minutes 50 seconds. And that is the extras for Ginger Snaps back the beginning. So there we have it. Final entry to the Ginger Snaps trilogy set from Second Sight Film. As I said at the start of this review, pick this set up. It's tremendous. 2 absolutely amazing horror movies and one that's merely good. That's a win for me. Terrific set. I would love to know your thoughts on Ginger Snaps back at the beginning, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, fall somewhere in the middle. Can't wait to read your comments on this one. As always, there's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff if you are interested. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.